National Hospital. I came to New Zealand 2015 to first of all study medicine at University of Auckland. It was a difficult journey overall because being an international student was never easy. I feel like some of you here who are migrants would feel the challenges being a migrant in a totally different country. So I've always been in STEM since high school or even primary school, to be honest. A lot of mathematics competitions, those 3 p.m. tuition, maths, science. Too many sometimes, but actually now I'm really grateful to my parents for, I guess, putting me in the right pathway, if you can say so. Being a young doctor, being a female doctor, being a migrant, all of those 3 things I feel are my identity now, and they come with challenges. One of the biggest challenge is, do I stay here in New Zealand or do I go back home and be with my family? I reckon the advice that I want to give to the young people is there will always be times when you feel your parents, your family, your friends, your partners even, they would give you their own input, their own wishes on how you should do your life. But deep inside, you know what you want to do. Give it a shot. Even if you fail, that's okay. There's always a learning point in every single thing that we do. For me, I chose to stay in New Zealand. Maybe my mom is okay now with that decision. But prior to, she always said, come back home, stay with us, work with us. But I said to her, let me explore my journey a little bit more. Let me find what I truly want to do in medicine. I want to be a psychiatrist actually, but my mom wants me to be an obstetrician and gynecologist, which is what I'm doing now. But it's okay, just to explore. So yeah, give it a shot. Whatever that you feel you want to try it first. Don't let anyone else say, no, you can't do it. Don't let anyone else say, oh no, you're not from New Zealand. This is only for New Zealand people. No, create your own pathways. I have so many other stories based on that, but anyway, I'll pass on to...
Sorry, just before you go,
yes.
can I ask a question? So the average age of New Zealand doctors is actually 50. And within the next 10 years, less than 10 years, 65% of our doctors are due to retire. We have so many people actually studying and leaving New Zealand. I mean, you spoke a little bit about your journey, but what made you choose New Zealand?
So I was comparing New Zealand, the UK, as well as Canada at that time. To be completely honest, why I came here was because it was the cheapest compared to all those 3 countries. And for me to pay international student fees, I chose the cheapest country. As it turns out though, the education is not that bad. Compared to Malaysia, I feel New Zealand, they tend to let you decide on your own, come up with your own solutions, so not a lot of spoon feeding, like it can be in some Asian countries such as my own country, Malaysia. Meanwhile, the UK was always, wow, everyone, the UK. But the UK also has its own challenges. So I feel like wherever country we actually go, it's okay. You create your own stories, you create your own life. And yes, we have a lot of doctors are about to retire. So please come into medicine if you like.
Cool, thank you so much. I'm just going to repeat the questions again. So if you can introduce yourself, what you currently do, why you got into STEM, and some of the challenges you faced along the way.
Hello everyone. So I've kind of just arrived in New Zealand, so I haven't really started my job. So I'll be working at the University of Auckland. My journey was kind of a long and bumpy one. I grew up in Iran, and then I actually moved to Malaysia for my undergrad, and I was at the University of Malaya. I did manufacturing engineering there, and then I moved to the US. I did my grad school. I got a PhD in mechanical engineering, mostly though working on materials and that kind of thing. I did a lot of 3D printing, nanoscale, like a small scale 3D printing. The challenges, I'd say, like what she was talking about, being someone who is not from the country, and you have to deal with so many more immigration-related stuff, legal stuff, that anyone else in the classroom, they don't have to go through that or deal with those things. So you kind of spend a lot of your time, sometimes just being kind of worried about things that you shouldn't really be worried about. But I enjoyed it generally. The good thing, what I like about STEM is, because I'm more of a researcher, like I haven't worked in the industry a lot, it's that what you do is like you are a detective. You kind of see a thing that's happening, you don't know why it's happening, and then you go and investigate it, you look at it under a microscope, you investigate the material, and, I mean, in my case. And then you kind of learn more, and you may make a discovery that's very, very cool. What I kind of would like to, in terms of like an advice, would be just manage your time. Very there's a lot of cool things that you can get involved with, but at some point you kind of need to, because time is really limited. You maybe want to do a lot of things, but at some point decide what you want to do. It's okay if you later want to do it for a change and do something else. But be careful with time, kind of pick realistic goals, and yeah, I don't want to crush you here. But at some point, again, you go and explore whatever you want, and at some point, just pick what you want, and yeah, spend more time. Because again, time is what I learned is time is very limited. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Just one question. What kind of got you into the field? What provoked your interest? Have you always been interested as a child, or?
I was very interested in hands-on things, even with what I did during my PhD, because a lot of people would do like theoretical or pure math, even in mechanical engineering, but I did hands-on, testing things, working on making different materials, so I always liked that. At some point, as to what was being discussed at the beginning, like art's even a part of it, I very much like filmmaking at some point, and even that, like the photography and videography, a lot of it is like light and physics, so, but again, like I'm saying, like again was mentioned, everything could be a STEM at this now, like whatever you like could be a STEM. But yeah, in my case, I like making things and having like hands-on experience. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us.
That's where my interest in STEM education, and I would like to see more and more people be able to join the STEM pathway. I'm very pleased to see so many young people along with their parents here taking interest in STEM, and that's what New Zealand in general, our society needs the people to do. And I'm very pleased to say that art also merged very well into it, so I'm glad to see we are exploring this team idea there. None of them goes separately from each other, and they marry very well with each other. So you can do more than one marriages here as well. So science, technology, maths, engineering, along with arts is a beautiful combination to explore. I moved to New Zealand in 1998, so it's been a long time here. And yes, I did face my own challenges, as Afika said, being an immigrant, being a female, and being in a new country among the people which are very underrepresented. At that time, there were not many Indians as well over here. So, by the way, I did my schooling, everything from India. I did up to MPhil in India, and I was lecturing already at Delhi University when I moved to New Zealand. So I left a job, moved to New Zealand, even gave birth to a baby over here, and then I decided, no, I want to go back to my career and continue in that journey. And I did a PhD from University of Auckland, and at that time they offered me some teaching role as well, and I was always keen as a teacher, so I joined the university and continued my teaching journey along with my PhD. And after finishing PhD, I took over 2 different jobs at 2 different institutes. So that gave me opportunity to explore New Zealand's 3 different tertiary institutes. So I took a part-time role at AUT, which was just across the road from University of Auckland. I was literally using my office space at University of Auckland and go to teach a class at AUT there. And then I took over the role at Unitec. That was a brand new thing, another new challenge, going to a polytechnic. And I'll share my little interesting story there. The very first day I joined Unitec, I joined their learning center, which means the place was to support people who are doing their studies at Unitec but not succeeding very well or need some kind of help. So I was there as their mathematics support person. The very first day I joined the job, I came to know that my other colleague, there were only 2 of us, and he got sick, he met an accident and ended up in hospital overnight. So my very first day, and I came to know, oh, there is a group of students, a class of students waiting for somebody to come and help them with their mathematics. Walked into that room. Can you imagine what could be that room? A room full of Pacific and Maori people, and doing their carpentry course, knew how to do the carpentry, no idea what I'm going to talk to them. What is mathematics? Where does this woman come in and going to help us with mathematics? So I could see their faces and I could see they are confused, they are surprised to see a woman walking into a group of carpenters who's going to help them with their mathematics skills. And I thoroughly enjoyed that. Look, that's what I wanted to do. I do wanted to help people to learn maths, gain that kind of skills, and move forward. And so these were some of the challenges that I came across. And my advice is, life is not going to be simple. If it is so simple and so straightforward, we all will get bored. So let's explore those challenges. Let's explore around them. What do you want to do? So exploring is something that I would suggest everyone to take it on. Follow your heart, follow your interest, and parents can support their children in following their journey about their interests. So just guide them and allow them to follow their interests, and you can be a support to them or give them some advice, but just not instruct them or force them to take a particular direction. It should come from their own heart. Once they have explored it, they are going to learn new things, they are going to learn even things that they do not want to do or they want to do. So embrace that, embrace the new learning, embrace the technology, embrace the knowledge there. And then I'm very sure that you will be able to enjoy and have a fulfilled life.
I'm doing a PhD. I'm a 5th year student in health sciences. Can you believe it? I can't believe myself. I failed at Form 5, Form 7. I said, how the earth that I can doing a PhD in health sciences? And you may wonder, so what kind of science I'm doing? Okay, I tell you what. I'm not doing maths because I failed, I told you. Not engineering, no, I failed at that, no. Medical doctor, no, I failed at Form 5 science, right? So I did psychology, and amazingly, psychology can be art and science. So I started my Bachelor of Arts degree in psychology at the beginning, and I swapped it to science. So I got a bachelor degree in science, in psychology. And as I work in mental health, so I did my master in health sciences. I know it sounds amazing why I failed all those subjects, but I can still in science. So my science is very different to all these wonderful panelists. So my PhD study is about treatment burden of peritoneal dialysis patient experience. So you may wonder, what's that? Why I'm doing that? So I have 3 kidneys. Normal people only have 2 kidneys because my kidneys failed. So I was on dialysis for 7.5 years and I had a kidney transplant. So to myself, I'm very into how other patients feel about their journey and like how I struggle when I was on dialysis while I work full-time and I'm studying my part-time PhD, part-time master, and that's why I took 9 years to finish my master degree. So in my kind of science, I talk to people and I talk to a lot of Mari Wahine, a female patient. I talk to a lot of Pacific ladies. I don't know why, I only got 1 Indian patient who wants to talk to me. So my science is I talk to these patients and analyze their experience and what we call this qualitative research. So it's not to do with numbers, but it's how do I analyze the word and what people say and to advocate for them, and that's what I wanted to do. And come back to my challenge. So as I said, I was very sick for 7.5 years. Some people die because their kidney failed, but I was lucky to have dialysis and I had kidney transplant. So that is one part of my journey. But to a young person sitting there, I remember when I was 16, 17 years old, at that time we had bursary, entrance, we choose subject, right? So I didn't know what to choose. Of course, you ask your friend, hey, what do you choose, right? You know what my friend did? Economic, mathematics. And you know what? Of course, I failed all of this. I tell you a secret. My first year, I did 7 papers. I failed 6 papers in my first year at university. And the only one I passed, don't tell anybody, I told you this secret today. So everybody, that is confidential, right? After today, you don't know me. I didn't tell you anything. The only paper that I passed was C-, I think, something like that, the bottom grade anyway. So what I learned, don't follow your friends. What your friends good at doesn't mean what you're good at, okay? So that's what I failed because I choose what? Mathematics, calculus, economics, all failed. Not until the 2nd year, I chose what I want, which is psychology, which I was really interested. Sorry, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I do marry with a psychiatrist. So I did psychology and I got A- for my mental health paper. So the moral from my story is don't trust your friends. Sorry. You can trust your friend, but don't follow your friend's path. Trust yourself. And once you find your passion and what you really want to do, like how I really want to help my fellow patients, and you will do it. Because I see a lot of my friends doing PhD, they just drop out. Because if that is not something you want to do, you won't spend time to do it because it's daunting, honestly. I'm struggling every day, but because I really want to help these people, and I will do it. So hopefully, after listening to this story, you find your path and talk to your friends, but don't follow them because they may be good at maths, but not you. Anyway, thank you.
And once again, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you.
제21대 대통령 재외선거.
세계 어느 곳에 있어도
내가 국가대표라는 마음으로
누구보다 땀 흘리죠.
지금이 국가대표임을
보여줄 기회.
대한민국 국민의 권리.
대한민국 국민의 의무.
반드시
투표합니다. 국가를 위한 대통령 투표. 제21대 대통령 재외선거. 중앙선거관리위원회